Welcome back, everyone. Khoa Bui is an author, a speaker, a podcaster, and an entrepreneur. He's the founder of Relentless.com, a site dedicated to personal development and increasing your income. He's interviewed celebrities including Grant Cardone, Michael Lane, Cameron Fu, and more. Really pleased, speaking on how to increase your digital footprint. Please help me welcome Khoa.
First and foremost, I'd just like to thank Judith. I think she's done an amazing job today in organising this great workshop. So first and foremost, let's thank Judith for doing all this. It's always amazing to see. Okay, so for today's presentation, I want to share with you my talk on how to build your personal brand. So if I can just get a quick show of hands, how many people are trying to build their personal brand online? Okay, pretty much everyone, right? Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So after listening to what you guys are sharing, looks like you guys are building it, doing it the right way. I believe Liz, she's doing webinars as well, so that's fantastic. Everyone's building things, right? So there's a lot of information out there, but I want to give you, what's really worked for me over the past 10 or 20 years as well. So here we go. Alrighty, so for my talk, just give a bit of background on myself. I don't want to talk too much about myself. I want to make it really informative and also very demonstrative as well. I'm going to give you like the meat of how to build a personal brand. Exactly 1, 2, 3, right? The next one is the strategy. So I'll talk a bit about the strategy, the overall way in which I use to build my personal brand online. I'll be giving you the top 3 branding strategies that you guys can take home and apply it straight away as well. There won't be any pitch at the end or anything. I'm not going to sell you any products. It's just pure information. And final takeaways as well. So then I'll be also taking up a few questions and answers as well. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so a bit of background. So I've been online for over about 15 years, 20 years. I've got a very technical background. I used to build software, websites, SEO. I've got that analytical mind where I like to just open things apart and just have a look, very curious about things. So I started my first business in web design. This is how I met Judith back in Perth. I had a web design company, and that's when I built lots of websites for clients in Perth. And I just recently moved over to Sydney. I've only been here for about 3 or 4 years, and from that point, that's when I had to learn a lot about personal development. So are you guys into personal development? Yeah, you guys are reading? Yeah, okay, fantastic. What's your favorite authors in personal development world? Who's your favorite authors and speakers?
Louise Hay.
Louise Hay? Oh, very good. Well, what books did she write? She wrote...
You Can Lead an Exceptional Life and Heal Your Life. She's great.
Fantastic, awesome. Any other books that has impacted your life?
Elizabeth Gilbert, Big Magic.
Big Magic, yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah. It's Gilbert, yeah. Any other ones?
Simon Sinek, Finding Your Why.
Yeah. So it's all about leadership, isn't it, right? Yeah. I'm reading Brené Brown's one. Yeah, Dare to Lead. Yeah, that's a fantastic book. Fantastic. All right, so basically, along the way, I started learning a lot about personal development, how to build a brand, marketing, and everything. So I came up with 3 goals. I wanted to do work that I enjoy doing, because I think we can all agree that life is really short and we should use it to the most of our ability, right? So I wanted to do work that I love. I wanted to earn passive income online. And finally, I wanted to make a positive impact and try and leave a legacy. I know it's a bit egotistical, but it'll be good to just leave a book behind and try and impact someone in a positive way, right? Okay, so a bit about myself is, so I've written a few books. So I've written a novel, a children's book, a personal finance book as well. And at the top middle there, that's my website called Relentless. I started this website back in 2015, I think. And it's all about motivation, it's all about personal development, finance. And I've been writing articles in this blog site for, I think, maybe about 2 or 3 times per week. When I first started, it was always about two articles per day, but then I started pushing out lots of content. I'll explain why, right? And then I'm also into podcasting as well, so I also interview lots of people around the world. Grant Cardone, Michael Lane, who recently brought Tony Robbins over to Sydney. Sasha, who brought over Wolf of Wall Street. Jordan Belfort, I don't think you guys like him very much. All right, so Next up, so just to show some of the passive income, I'm into generating passive income. That was one of my goals, to generate passive income online. So this is just my AdSense earnings. So as I'm standing here talking, if someone clicks on one of the ads, I earn income. It's all free money. I also earn income through affiliate sales. Are you guys doing any affiliate sales at the moment through your websites or anything, or promoting any products? This is really good. You should try this, because when you push out an article, if someone clicks on the link on your article and they purchase, then you earn maybe 10 or 20%. It's really good, and it's all automated. You don't have to do anything. You just write the article once and then just get paid. So that one there, I made about it's only 350 USD, but I didn't do anything. I think you guys are authors, right? You guys are authors.
Yeah.
How many authors do we have in the room? We've got a few. Fantastic. Are you guys utilizing Amazon at the moment, or really? Yeah.
I've done,
Sorry?
I have done in the past.
Yeah. Amazon's really good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. So when you push your ebook onto Amazon, when people do a search for your book or the title of like corporate training or whatever it is, if your book comes up and they make a purchase, Amazon will take care of the printing, the shipping, and also send money to your bank account. So it's really cool. And that's the traffic that's grown over the past few years. So it went up, went down, went up, went down. So it's a slow, gradual process as you're building your brand online. So I've done lots of podcasting. So I like interviewing people. I love meeting people, learning a lot about them. Grant Cardone, Michael Lane, Janice Hung, Sasha. So that was I think that's the one that Troy, you saw. I did that one last month. I interviewed the CEO of Navair Jets, and he owns a private jet company, and I got to learn about how he built his company. And I love learning these type of things about people as well. That's Joe Duncan. Have you followed before 5 a.m.? Have you heard him on? Seen him on Instagram? No, not really. He's got over about 1 million subscribers on his Instagram. So I wanted to interview him and learn how he built his Instagram following. So that was really cool. And then as a result of building my brand online, I was also able to go offshore and meet all these international people online as well. So it's just amazing on what you can do online. If you just push out articles, push out content, if people see what you're doing, even if you've got negative reviews on Urban Dictionary, people still do well, right? No, I'm not a homosexual, okay? So here's what you're going to learn today. I'm going to teach you exactly how you can do this exact same thing. You guys interested? Cool?
Yes.
Alrighty. So the overall strategy that you can apply. So this is the pretty much the grand strategy that you can take and apply to building your online brand. Not just for your branding, but also your life as well. I use this to apply in my health, relationships, my finances as well. So here it is. The compound effect. Have you guys heard of the compound effect? Mm-hmm. Yeah, by Darren Hardy. Yeah, this is a fantastic book. I love this book. So basically the essence of the compound effect is this. It's all about the small choices that you make every single day that adds up to your waistline, your wallets, and your relationships. That's all it is. So let's say that you go out there and you go have lunch. Are you going to make the choice today to have a salad, or are you going to have a hamburger? Right? So what's that choice going to be? If you have a salad or hamburger, nothing's going to happen to you right now. But if you do it over and over again for the next 10 years, what's going to happen? So I took the concepts from the compound effect and applied it to my business. So what I did was, every single day I pushed out an article, I pushed out some audio content, I pushed out a video content. And I always had the vision that if I were to keep doing this every single day, it's going to add up. Someone's going to pick it up, someone's going to read the article, someone's going to be impressed by it, and someone's going to invite me over to speak to them or whatever it is. That's how I meet Judith, that's how you can get invited to speaking opportunities like this, that's how you can do things. So that's pretty much the whole strategy, is to try and do something every single day that will add up for the rest of your life. Okay? Does that make sense? All good?
Yes.
Alrighty. So strategy number 1 is content marketing. So there's a lot of different types of content marketing out there. You've probably seen, you've got your LinkedIn, you've got your Facebook, Twitter. So there's a lot of things, but you're not too sure about which one to apply, right? Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so the strategy that I use is article marketing. So articles has been around for quite some time. You've heard of blogging, as you know, and you're probably thinking, I've tried blogging, but it doesn't seem to work. Let me ask you a question. Like, you've been posting articles, you've been posting content on Facebook 2015, is that correct? Yeah? You're on Facebook in 2015?
Yeah.
Was some of the content that you wrote in Facebook in 2015, is that being found right now?
No.
It's not being found. No. But if you wrote content in 2015 on the blog site, that will still be found. Some of the articles that I wrote 4 or 5 years ago, people are still reading it. I'm still getting traffic from it. So a lot of people are saying, oh, you should post more on LinkedIn, post more on Twitter, post more on Facebook. But the thing is that you're only relevant for only 24 hours, and that's it. The algorithm changes, and that's it. You have to keep posting more and more and more. You're putting too much time and energy into posting too much on social media. You have to take that energy and put it into longevity. So the longevity part of it is content marketing, which is articles. And I'll show you exactly how I write an article. Okay, so this is the website that I've built. I've written over 1,200 articles. So every day, every single day, it generates me leads, traffic, passive income, subscribers, exposures. That's because the articles that I wrote years ago, it's still generating all the traffic that's accumulating today. So if you just take out time from your day, every single day, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just to push out an article to your blog site, I promise you, it'll just start accumulating. And then you'll be able to generate some leads, traffic, and people will start to get to know you. That's how people reach out to you. Okay? So I'm going to show you how you can create some powerful articles. This is the same system that I've applied every single day for several years. So would you like to do it?
Yes.
Cool? Yes. Alrighty. So this is what I do. So what I do is, of course, I open up Notepad. Alrighty. So do we have any Mac users? Yep. Cool. So I start off with, I just type in article, and then straight away, so what I do is when I want to write an article, I just open up Notepad, and then I block out 10 to about 60 minutes to start writing out an article. It could be at the end of the day, it could be in the morning, and then I always start off with how to, right? And I start off with an idea that is currently on my mind, something that I'm really passionate about writing or sharing. So, how to avoid the coronavirus. No, I won't talk about that. Let's keep it strictly to corporate training. So, so how to become a powerful corporate trainer. So you might start off with a title like that. And then once
I could probably write this now.
Exactly.
You've just found.
Exactly. Featuring Troy. Okay. So you just start off with just the basics, right? Just the title first. Don't worry, we'll tweak it later. And then after that, once I've got my subject there, I go to Google. There's Troy there. Awesome Troy. Okay. And then you type in Google keyword planner. I'll show you a reason why we do this. There's one thing about writing an article because you want to write an article, but there's another thing about writing an article which some other people are searching for. You want to write articles that people are searching for, right? That's how you can increase your traffic and exposure. So I'll show you what you can do. You go to type in Google Keyword Planner, and then go to what is it? That one there, Keyword Planner, and go to Keyword Planner there. And this is free, absolutely free. And what I'm going to do some searches on keywords on what people are searching for, based on this article that I'm about to write. So then I'll click on Discover New Keywords here, and then the keyword in this article, what is it? It's corporate training. I might type in corporate training Sydney. Okay. So what Google is doing now, it's going to pull up the list of keywords, analytics behind this particular keyword, and what people are searching for on Google. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All good? Cool. And then I can see here, but the phrase corporate training Sydney, it's getting between 10 to 100 searches per month, and the competition is high, so that means that a lot of people are doing searches for this, and there might be a few articles there, but that's okay. And then let's say that my article was #1 on the search engine. If someone were to click on the ad, I'll get paid $4.55 every time someone clicks on it. So it shows that there's a bit of demand there. So therefore, that's a pretty good phrase that we're going to write for, right? So I'm going to make sure that I've got corporate trainer Sydney, keep it in the title because that keeps it, that makes it visible on the search engines. You want to have your keywords in the title. And then the next step of writing your article, you want to be 100% real, authentic, and don't be afraid of sharing your ideas or anything. A lot of people get scared about sharing things and writing things, but I just write things. So Today I would like to share with you how you can become an awesome corporate trainer in Sydney. So notice how I've kept the keywords in the first paragraph. That's really important. When I do a search for corporate trainer Sydney, Google's going to do a search for the title of the article and also the first paragraph of the title. So you want to keep the keywords in the title and also in the first paragraph in your article as well. That's a little trick there. Okay, and then you want to just keep writing. You want to write for about 800 to 2,000 words. That's the thing. If you write for about, maybe if you have an article for about 100 words, it's just not enough content, because Google loves content. They want a lot of content. They want to bring as much valuable content to the users. So try and aim between 800 to 2,000 words. Okay. Are you guys comfortable with writing articles, or is there any restrictions there, or all good?
You just got to do it.
You just got to do it.
Yeah,
That's right.
Time. Making it.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So therefore comes another problem, right? You have to figure out, okay, how am I going to find this time to write an article, right?
How am I going to make this time?
How am I going to make this time? Yeah.
Do you do it in like batches? Is it like, you're saying you do it every day or whatever?
Yep.
And of course everyone's day will be different you might have to be somewhere early or be somewhere late. Would
Yep.
you write 3 or 4 articles sometimes one day and sit on them and then?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. If I go on holiday, yeah, definitely by the pool. I'll prepare all my articles,
Yeah.
and then, it might take me a few hours to do that.
Yeah.
But I like to, every morning, 5 o'clock in the morning when I wake up,
Yeah.
light my candle, do my journal, and then I just write my articles. So you have to really organize your time for that one there. The whole idea is the more articles that you have online, the more exposure that you're going to receive. Okay, that's the ultimate strategy there. But if you have a lot of posts on your on your Twitter, Facebook, no one's going to find you like that. It has to be constant traffic through your articles. Okay, so let's say that we've got.
Does that mean you then linking it back to the Facebook and?
You can do that, yeah, 100%, yeah. Still use your social media, fantastic,
Yeah.
use it, but you want to divert, instead of spending 80% of your time on social media, take that time and push it towards your audio, video, and articles as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and build that, because that's going to make you really good. That's exactly what I did to be able to interview these people. So, because they came across my article, they read it, and they said, oh, I really like this really resonates with me. And then they emailed me, hey, Khoa, I read your article on blah, 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 it was really good. And, wondering if you would like to do blah blah blah. And that's how it happens. And I'll show you a really cool picture that I got from Grant Cardone. He talks about money follows attention, because it's not about the best product; it's the best known. Like nothing happens until someone knows you. Like if someone knows you, there's only 2 things that's going to happen. They're going to either like you or they don't like you, and that's okay. But they have to know you first. So if you push your article out there and they know who you are, then they'll make a decision whether they'll inquire about you or find out more about corporate training, whatever it is. Okay, if you want it, you've got to get attention. Okay, and articles will give you a lot of attention. Okay, does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say that I've got my article ready. So I will go on to Relentless. All right. So are you guys using WordPress at the moment for your websites? Yeah, everyone's using WordPress. Are you comfortable using WordPress? It's okay. Okay. So WordPress is a blogging platform, and you can use it to push out your articles and your blog, right? Your blog posts. So I'm just going to log into the back end of my blog site, and I'll show you exactly on how I get articles. I'm going Okay, so then I'll go to post, and then I'll go add new. Okay. So when you've added a post in the title section, obviously you paste the title there. Don't worry, I won't publish it, Joy, so you can find it.
You were hoping you would, right?
Yeah, I was like,
And he's still
You're
waiting
gonna
for
be
something.
famous.
yeah. You and I need to finish this article.
Yeah, no
There's
worries.
lunchtime.
Alright, so it's very easy to use. Just copy, paste the title, paste all of your content there. and then you hit publish, and then that's it. You're online. That's all I do.
Good question. Images.
Images.
Do you worry about that?
That's a good question. So that's a 50-50 there. So you can get particular images online through Google, but just make sure that you credit the website or the person that's writing the image.
Are they important though, or is it?
It is important to have images.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, from my experience, if you have, let's say you've got an article about 800 to 1,000 words, and you've got your headlines there, if you break up the article with different images, maybe about 2 or 3 images, people scroll, people read, people look at the image, it keeps them engaged on the article. So you want to have, not too many images, but you want to keep sprinkling the images on the article. So you might notice for my blog site, I'll just quickly show you.
Are those our images or stock images?
You can use, you can buy stock images. You can use stock images if you like, but you have to pay for it. But if you download them, that's fine. But if you get the image from Google or someone else, just make sure you have to get their permission. But sometimes it's okay to grab the image, and just as long as you put the credit and the source linking to.
But an ideal world would be use our own.
Yeah, you use your own if you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I do is I take photos, and I've got a whole collection of pictures. I just upload it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, feel free to do that. Yeah. All good?
Selfies.
That's it. Me hanging outside the club.
Yeah,
The
Me with a gin and
Yeah.
tonic in the Qantas club.
Yeah, it depends on your target market,
Yeah.
right?
What's your topic, I guess?
Yeah.
People who abstain from drinking and that.
That's right. Okay, so this is my blog site. This is someone who recently posted a blog post on my website. This is all about how to heft the sword like a samurai. He starts off with a picture there. He talks about Bushido and samurai culture, and then he puts another image there. So notice how there's a lot of text there. You read. There's a link, and then the image there is designed to stop you in your tracks, to have a look at it, take a break, and then continue reading. So it's another way to keep engagement levels as well on the article. And keep in mind that Google also measures this. They measure on how long people spend on your website as well, and it also helps with traffic.
Hello, your Atlassian ad that you have that pops up on there.
Yep.
How does that happen? Did you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. So this one here, this is an automated AdSense ad that pops up. So you can grab the code from Google AdSense and just paste it into. There's a setting on the back end of WordPress that automatically puts these ads throughout your web page, throughout your website. And if someone goes to your article and clicks on the advertisement, then you'll get paid. But you're probably thinking, oh, if I keep clicking on this, I'm going to get lots of money. No, it doesn't work like that. They've already figured that out.
How many times did you do it to realise you didn't get it?
I think it's maybe about 3 or 4 times, but then they figure it out. Because you know how you got IP addresses?
Yeah.
Each computer's got an IP address, and if they see the same IP address 100 times, then it's not going to work. So I've tried that before.
Just moving around, getting on somebody else's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you can do that, yeah. So yeah, that's an example on how you can, how you can post an article. Okay? All right. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So ideally, how often should we be doing that?
I believe as much as you can, right? But I know that you can't do it every single day, but try and aim for at least 1, maybe three times per week. So what I tend to do these days is on Sundays, I like to call that my me time. I go have my coffee, I bring my laptop, and then I just start working on an article. So I just post an article then. In the morning, before about to head to the office, then I just write an article, get that done, and then push it out there. So that's what you want to try and do, is you want to try and find that maybe 10 or 20 minutes to post an article. That's pretty much it. It's more of a time management type of problem that you need to solve, because everyone can write an article, but you just need to solve that time
Is there an
management.
ideal time to post? Like I know on
That's a good
social
question.
media, there's that ideal times to
Yeah.
post. So
Yeah.
is there an ideal time to post for our target market for this?
Yeah, actually there's no real ideal time, don't worry about that. You just want to focus on just organizing your time to try and post the article, to write the article and post it.
On that note, for emails, I've tried and tested 11 o'clock on a Tuesday. Works the best.
Yeah.
11 o'clock Tuesdays, absolutely very
I've noticed everyone else does that now too.
Yeah.
Damn, I've been telling too many people.
Yeah.
damn this abundance.
Yeah.
That's the same on Instagram, isn't it? On Tuesdays,
Yes.
you can see the analytics. Because on Monday it's just Monday. Everyone's too busy. Tuesday, everyone's on their phones and everything at work. So that's how they. Yeah. Sound good?
Yes.
Alrighty.
No,
Okay.
actually, you just said that somebody else wrote this article.
Yeah.
So
So that's what's really cool. Yeah. So once you build up your site, your blog site, you've got all these articles on corporate training, you're going to find other authors or other people on corporate training who want to contribute their articles to your site. So therefore, you get more traffic. It just snowballs.
So it saves you having to write all these articles.
There you go,
You're
yeah.
just aligning yourself alongside their
So
article.
do they contact you?
They contact me. Yeah, I've got so many authors who want to write articles for my site now because they found me and they know I'm getting a lot of traffic now, and they want to put their own work.
And
But
what's
where's-
the niche of your site?
Yeah.
Where's the revenue for you in that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all on the back end. So let's say that. So what I do, I'll show you an example, right? So for example, if you want to generate revenue, so you create your article. So you just give them content. Here's my schedule, blah blah blah. Okay. I hope this article provides some value to you. If you want some help managing your time and set up systems to achieve greater results in your life, book a free discovery call through my direct contact form here. So if they click on the link there, if they're interested to learn more about what you've just written, they click on the contact form there, and they send you an email, and therefore you can do a discovery call, and that can result in some sort of business there, which can be
So that's a call to action.
That's a call to
not.
action.
You haven't got a link there.
This one here?
Is that doesn't look like a link?
Yeah, this one is a bit broken there. Hang on, I'll show you another one. This one, I read a book on Robert Sharma.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying it is part of your funnel.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
other words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So you want to look at an article as like a lead generation tool. So you write your article, and at the end of it, if you like this article, hey, send me an email. I've got some coaching spots available, and I can show you how to, become a better corporate trainer, whatever it is. And you never know who's reading as well. Don't look at it as just one visitor. It's actually a real living, breathing person who's reading it. And if you get people who like it or don't like it, that's okay. Send the email here. So click on that one there. Takes you to the contact page, and if they're interested, they fill out the details, and that's it. So that's how you can generate some additional leads through your article generation. All good? Judith, I think you got a question?
No?
Yeah. So far,
I
so
was
good.
just looking at as soon as possible rather than buying yourself some turnaround time before you have to get back
Yeah,
to
that's
them.
if you're a fast player like Judith, then please pick up the phone, give me a call.
Well, you could plug in like acuity scheduling. You could actually. A lot of people have it plugged in to
Yeah,
a back end,
straight
so
to the
you can actually
scheduler.
schedule the
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
rather than contact form.
Yeah.
Imagine if you wrote 100 articles, and each of those 100 articles had a call to action at the end to give you a call. That's pretty powerful stuff.
If
Yeah.
it's speaking to your ideal client.
Yes, 100%.
Because
agree.
otherwise, if you're just writing articles for articles' sake,
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
sending it out and it's going nowhere. It's
Yeah.
got to be speaking to
Well, that
the,
becomes
to the
strange,
buyer.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah. So in the corporate training, I'll create a corporate training business. I'll create a corporate training blog. Everything about corporate training. So this is how you can give eye contact when you're speaking to an audience. Get everything about corporate training, tips and ideas. And at the end of the article, if you'd like some more help on corporate training, I can help you. I can train up your staff or whatever it is, and whatever it is. That's what I'll do.
Sure.
Yeah. It depends on your niche. This one is just all about personal development and things I've learned and
Yeah, because that's your business.
yeah. It's really cool. And so that's one there. All right. So that's articles there. And the next one is video marketing. So this is strategy number 2. So I couldn't find much information on Troy in terms of video, unfortunately. But so this is my YouTube channel. So what I do is I post all sorts of videos, such as podcasting. I tried to do the whole vlogging on hotels, like when I stay in hotels. I tried that because I heard that you can get some free accommodation. I heard some people who post vlogs on the hotels that they stayed, and then hotel companies contact them and they get all this free accommodation. So I tried that. I was just playing around. But yeah,
Didn't work.
didn't really work. No, it's okay. You know, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you can try it out. It's up to you. But anyway, so this is what I do when I create a video. I get my camera. So this is what I use. I use a Canon G7X. So you can use your phone to record videos, but the reason why I use this type of camera is because you can easily get the video content and you can put it onto your computer and you can do some editing as well. It's already edited and everything. It's really good. So open up the camera, turn it on, and you might see that that the screen is already there. Just there.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Photos there. So what you can do, if you want to do your vlogs, you can just point it like that, and you can talk, and then you can see the images there. So it's really cool, and you can record up to about 30 minutes on this video camera. So it's really cool. So once you've recorded it, what I do is I take out the card. I'm going to show you how to do some editing. Okay. Alright, plug into here. Are you guys utilizing any videos at the moment in your marketing? Not really?
Facebook Live.
Sorry?
Facebook
Live, yeah? Okay. Why do you use Facebook Live, if you mind me asking?
To speak to my ideal client.
Okay.
Tips and techniques.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep. And how many people do you tend to get in your Facebook Live?
Not a huge amount.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the thing with Facebook Live, it's really good to do the instant connection with the audience, but if you're posting stuff on YouTube, remember the article strategy? If you're constantly pushing out videos, once again, people are finding you on YouTube. So YouTube is also a search engine as well. You can also use it to do some searches too. Okay. Yeah, look. So here it is. So I'm going to open up the... Notice how fast it is? Okay. So I'm going to copy over the video here. Drag it into, the new project. This is Final Cut Pro, by the way. Is drag it onto here. Okay.
You
So-
look really
There we go. And then, let's say we want to put a title here. I won't get too fancy, by the way. Yeah, I'll check in a title there.
What you can do if you want to do.
Okay. What's that? Doesn't do good.
Wow, we're all so excited.
Oh, excited, guys.
It's our listening
Contain
face.
your excitement, please. There we go. Very simple. Video and Judith. Okay. So you can see that it's really quick in
What you can
terms
do
of
if you want to
creating
do
a...
your vlogs, you can just point it like that, and you can see the images there. It's about 30 minutes on this.
So how long was that? That was only 1 minute. I'll go share, and then Apple devices 1080p, and then you generate that video, and then it's ready to push onto YouTube. Notice how fast it was? I just did a quick video on my camera, copied it on the computer, went onto Final Cut Pro, did some editing, and that was it.
Question.
Yes.
On average, how many videos would you produce a week, and how many people look at it really?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the way I've done it is that if you can do your if you can do it like vlog style,
Yeah.
if you can get a camera and
Yeah.
you can record yourself, you don't have to do too much editing. You can just cut out some bits and pieces and that's it. But if you want to do a full-on not documentary, but a really nice
Properly edited.
yeah, properly one,
Yeah,
that will take a bit longer. It takes
course.
about 1 or 2 weeks to do that,
of course.
obviously. But the name of the game is volume. You want to go for volume because the more attention that you get, the more exposure and the more leads is how you're going to receive.
So do we ever use do we transcribe the video to make it an article as well?
If you want to go down that route, you can if you want, and that will give you a bit more exposure. But you know, I wouldn't bother doing that. I'll focus more on how can I get more articles, how can I get more videos out there, and also how can I do more podcasting as well.
Are you putting the subtitles on your videos? Because I was somewhere the other day that they were saying that, you know, like more than half the people nowadays watch them while they're on the toilet.
Yes.
And so they've got the volume, or at work. So while they've got the volume down, so
Or
they're
on the
actually just
toilet
reading.
at work.
Yeah. Possibly on the toilet at work.
Still in the toilet roll.
So where are we posting these two that's different from where we're posting the articles to?
Yep. So the articles go to your blog site.
Yep.
And the videos will go to your YouTube account. Okay. So when you post your article, you want to link that article to the video. So therefore, when they read your article, they see a video of you. You build that connection with the reader, and they read your stuff, and therefore they go to the call to action. There you go. It's all about connection. You have to break past that wall when it's online, and the most powerful way to do that is through video. I've tried this before when I've written an article. People read it, but nothing happens. But when you start posting a picture of yourself, when you start posting a video, people...
Contents.
Yeah, video is just so powerful.
Yeah.
You know?
Public transport, they can just watch it.
They watch it.
People don't want to read anything anymore.
No one want to read anything anymore.
It's so lazy.
Yeah. So try and go for video. You need to overcome that fear. Try and figure out how you can do this and integrate it into your life in terms of time management.
And what's your take on whether we should be on YouTube or Vimeo or both?
Go for YouTube because YouTube is huge. It's a search engine. I think it's bought by Google. So it's just another search engine. All good? Are you guys going to try this or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Okay. So that's video. Okay, and then the next one. Oops, hang on. Oh, by the way, you can also get your own crew. So I've hired a few people to, if you want to
follow
do.
you around.
Yeah, like everybody.
Day in the life of...
If you do these interviews, I think you've got a podcast, right? Is it just on the phone podcast?
It is audio, yeah. So that means that my guests can be anywhere. They can be in the US or
Yeah.
here, and we don't have to be in the same studio.
Yep,
And we just use a recording platform to do that.
Yep.
And
Okay.
I have an editor who use through Upwork,
Okay.
and he just edits it for me
Edits
and
it.
uploads it.
Okay.
I don't
awesome.
worry about that. I just outsource that. I don't
Okay.
do the whole thing myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But people can't see you, right? When you're interviewing.
No, they
the
can't
person.
see me.
They can't see you.
So
Yeah.
it can be my pajamas.
Oh, okay. No worries. Yeah.
But I'm not usually. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's really powerful, I found that when you're interviewing people, if you go down the podcasting route and you start interviewing these people, it's good to have cameras, filming you talking to someone else. I don't know why, but it's just builds that credibility, right? So when I'm interviewing someone big, I always have to hire people to come along and film it. So and this is the screenshot that really got my attention, was that money follows attention. This is Grant Cardone's workshop. And he said that when he started building his business, I think he only had about 3 employees for about 10 or 15 years. But after when he started putting money into just getting attention, promoting himself on YouTube, on social media, on articles, everything on LinkedIn, everything, started pushing content out there, his income just skyrocketed. So nothing happens without attention. You have to get people's attentions first. Okay? Alrighty. And the last strategy is audio marketing through podcasting. Okay, so I've got my own Spotify podcast, and what I do is I interview people, I record it on either Zoom. Have you guys used Zoom?
Yeah.
Yep, Zoom is fantastic because when you interview someone, you can just hit record, and it just exports the audio and the video as well. And therefore, you can push that onto your YouTube, or you can push it onto your Spotify and so forth. All right. So how do you create a podcast? First of all, you need to find a guest. Okay. Prepare your key points. This is just my little steps. I record it using either Zoom, okay, and then I export the audio file using the Final Cut Pro, and then you can edit the audio file using Final Cut Pro, and then you upload it to SoundCloud. So I'll show you SoundCloud. So what is SoundCloud? So SoundCloud is a hosting environment where it holds all your audio files, and you can push this out to iTunes, to Spotify, to all the other audio platforms. So I want to go there, and let's say I want to upload a new podcast. I'll click on upload, choose files to upload. I'll upload the actual MP3 file, and therefore it just gets pushed out to all the different platforms. That's all it is. So once you've done your interview, you've got the audio file, upload it to Soundcloud, and therefore that's your podcast. That's it.
So that's only for audio.
That's only for audio. And the cool thing about it is that with SoundCloud, if I do a search for Judith Wilson, and you've got a podcast interviewing someone, that's going to appear on the search engines as well. And the cool thing about it is that people are still listening to some of the podcasts that I've done a few years ago.
I know, they go back, don't they?
They go,
I mean,
yeah.
you look at the stats sometimes, you're like, that's 3 years old.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
listen to that.
Yeah, I've changed, I'm not interested in that topic anymore. So it's really amazing. This is amazing stuff.
And that was the embarrassing audio.
Yeah, that was when I was still working out how to get the sound levels right.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
my early ones are not good. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
like I'm
not
in a
good.
bathroom or...
Yeah. Did you use the old the headphone microphone?
No, I had an extension on my phone, like a little... Because I used to work as a TV journalist, so I know a little bit about sound equipment, but still I had to get all the tips from the right people, find the right microphone, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure that their levels and my levels weren't different, because the sound's imbalanced. You're really loud and they're really soft, or because I'm not in the same room as them usually.
And you find that some people they don't care. They don't
They just
complain.
want the content. Or if it's a well-known guest, you probably found this too. Like
Yeah.
they'll just push through. If it's someone not so well-known, they might give up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And the cool thing about podcasting is that if you interview someone who's influential, who's semi-famous, whatever it is, they push your content out to their social media as well. They push it out there, and therefore you get exposure to their circle. So it just builds on and on and on, and it's shareable content too. Yeah. All right. So there it is. Does that sound good? Alrighty. So the final message I would like to leave with you today is just be 100% real and authentic when you're online. I find that, don't try and be someone else that you're not. Just be 100% real, authentic, and you're going to get your haters, as you know, on Urban Dictionary. But then that's okay, because if you're yourself, you're going to attract the right people into your circle, and those right people in your circle, they're going to stay because they know who you are, your vulnerabilities, your weaknesses, and they'll still stick around. That's the right people that you want to hang around with. Okay, so I think it was Seth Godin said that you want to find your first 1,000 tribe, because those 1,000 people are your true fans, and they're going to look after you. Okay, so invest your time into longevity. So I invested into blogging, into video, and also podcasting. The reason is because it's longevity. People find it years from now. If I start writing something now, it's going to give me traffic in 5 years' time, 10 years' time. But if I post something on Facebook now, no one's going to find it. I have to dig through all my content, all the Facebook posts, to try and find it. Okay? But imagine where you're going to be in the next 3 years if you just kept pushing out content. What's going to happen? What about all those opportunities that's going to flow to you when you have all this great content out there? Okay. And then the final thing I'd like to leave with you is focus. It's all about focus, right? So when you're online, you see all these things pop up, all these ads pop up, all these distractions, all these projects that you want to work on. And let's say that you've got 10 things that you want to work on, right? You might get about 1/10 of effort into that project, and that's all you get. But if you take all that energy and focus onto one thing, you're going to get 10 times results there into that one thing. Okay? So you want to pick one thing and just run with it. So thanks a lot for your time, really appreciate it. Hope you guys learned something today. Is there any questions or anything on that one there, or?
I've got a question around how would we choose what particular topic works best to go audio, or what particular topic would be better to write on. We know our stuff and we know corporate training, and then we've got these 3 mediums that we need to use.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of a best formula on when we should do each?
Yeah, that's a good question. Which one do you feel more comfortable doing? Video, writing, or audio?
Well, the video's painful before because you've got to get suited and booted and your hair looks decent, and that's painful before, but
Yep.
then when you're just going blur and chatting, it's really easy because
Yes.
the content just happens.
Yeah.
So that's easy.
Yeah.
Whereas the article can be slow and laborious,
Yep. Yep.
but you can.
And I feel like I've got to correct it so many times.
Yeah.
But having said that, with the videos that we've already done, for example with Ingenia, I don't know how many times I had to redo those videos because I just wasn't happy with the way I said something.
Yep. Yeah, I can see your point. I find that all those little things such as, I got to fix the article, I have to look my best in front of video, all those things, they're just barriers in terms of completing something. If you get over those little barriers and just push out the content, just try and aim for 100 crappy videos, as I've heard. Once you get to that 100 crappy videos, you're going to make really good videos after that. Man. I made really crappy articles there, okay?
Must be mastering it after this.
Trust me, that's how it goes. Yeah. Because it's always analysis paralysis. I waited for years to do these type of things because I was so scared of putting myself in front of video, to interview these people, to write articles. What are people going to say? What are people going to do? But then once you get over it, then you just start, it just becomes automatic. It's really easy. So think about ways in which you can produce content a lot quicker. So I like to have so in my house I've got like a little studio. So if I want to interview someone, I can just give them a call. They can just come over. I've got my cameras all set up and stuff. Record, let's go, that's it. And therefore I can export the videos and then that's pretty much all it is. I don't need to think or anything like that. So you want to set up these systems to make life a lot easier for you. Yep.
I was just about to say, are you systematic in your strategies where you might focus one day on doing your article, or 1 hour of the day doing your article, 1 hour of the day doing your podcast, and 1 hour doing your audio?
Yeah.
Or do you focus a week, or do you maybe have a month where you just bang out some podcasts and then what's your approach?
Yes, yeah. So in terms of podcasting, what I do is every day I'm always pitching people. I'm always trying to find celebrities, influencers. I'm always contacting them, sending up DMs on the Instagram, just trying to find people. So that's constant. And then at the end of the day, what I do is I always write my best at the end of the day. I don't know why. It's very peaceful and everything. Like listen to my Zen music. That's it. And then I just write. So that's pretty much my thing there. And in terms of video, I usually do it over the weekend. So I just record some content. If it looks pretty good, just do some editing, and that's pretty much it. You know? There's content's everywhere. We're sitting here, we're talking to people. We can record someone here. I'm here at Judith Wilson's workshop. You know, and just that could be a bit of content there, 3 minutes or something. Just do some editing. There you go. That's it. You don't need to think too much into it. You know, push out the content. Focus on the next one. Good?
Thank you.
Very good. Any other questions?
Yeah, quick one.
Sure.
So when I watch you do this, it's incredibly simple.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Entities. Yes.
I could sit and watch it all day.
Yeah.
If I'm a sort of almost a technophobe, so I sort of would walk into a JB and not know which camera to pick up and not know which mic to use and not know how to get started, not know how to download it. How do I start in that case? I mean, is there sort of a 1, 2, 3 that you've got selling? Is there a coach? Is there somebody that I can actually spend a bit of time with?
Yeah, that's good. You've got an iPhone or?
Samsung,
yeah. Okay, yeah. Then you can record video on that one as well. There you go.
Okay.
That's where you start. You have to start with your phone. You start with your phone, put it up there, hit record, and just say something. It's very awkward at the start. It took me a long time to get over this fear, but you just got to do it like that and figure out how you're going to copy that file onto your computer. Okay, that's your next step. I'm going to figure out how to record on this phone, figure out how to copy this onto my computer, and I'm going to figure out how to do some editing. And once I do that, then I'm going to figure out how to upload to YouTube. Once you've completed that cycle, do your next video, and then next video, then you become a pro. That's how you do it.
What I will say, if I can add, if it's alright, that YouTube is actually your best friend in this sort of stuff, because there's so many tutorials. If you type in starting a podcast, for example, there will be so many about how to start with a phone, what sort of equipment to buy, how to get the levels right, how to use iMovie or Final Cut Pro. There's just so many tutorial videos on YouTube. I feel like I run my life through YouTube, learn everything through YouTube these days. So that might help.
Yeah. Exactly. There's so much tutorials out there, isn't there? So, I know it might seem a bit of information overload. I can't do this, or people aren't going to like this, or is this too much technical? Just start with the first step. Don't worry about the whole staircase. Just go with the first step, do the first thing, and then next one, the next step, and that's it. Okay. Thanks.
Should we do a diary, like a schedule, and go, okay, for the month, and brainstorm what topics do I know, what could I speak on, things like that, and do a schedule of, if we're meant to do 3 articles a week for this week, next week, what are those going to be? And then for the video, what am I going to do? Should we go into it, or should we be responsive when you're walking past and think, oh, that'd make a good video?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like it's a combination.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of both. Like you see, like if you're at the airport, you've just gone through like some sort of drama, and you go, this would have been handled so much better by blah blah blah. If I'm thinking of my customer service world, like so many people I'm seeing talking at the moment about blah 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 blah. Imagine if they handled it this way. All of a sudden, you've got a conversation around that. It's pretty simple that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Like I think coronavirus is done as far as trying to get the media out it. But in the early days, you might have done a blah blah blah. And this is no different to.
It's like with your one, when you did your first podcast, it was all audio problems. There's always going to be problems with the first few ones.
It's almost embarrassing. I want to take it down, but then I think it was a good topic.
It's a good one.
It's still it's about flexible work, and it's one of the most downloaded podcasts. So I don't want to remove it. Right?
Exactly.
Because
And people still
love that
commenting.
topic.
Yeah.
Was it with somebody else? Or
Yeah. So I did it with my podcast is called The Politics of Everything, and it's the politics of, and then insert a word, flexible work, or
Politics of it. I think I've listened to that one.
So there you go. And so there's always experts. So subject matter expert I'm in conversation with, and I have a couple of set questions and then a couple of new ones depending on the topic. So it could be anything from motherhood to mindfulness to whatever.
I wonder whether the politics of flexible workplaces has changed slightly, that you could redo it.
Probably.
I was just about to say you could do a V2 off the back of the coronavirus and how you can be more agile and manage people at home.
Yeah. And that person now is not the CEO of Flex Careers anymore anyway, so she's moved on. So there would be some, the other
Maybe
experts
somebody
that
else
you
would be a new
exactly.
expert.
So there tend to be people that were in my network at first, and then, like you say, you approach people that you don't know and you think have a good audience, or
Exactly. Yeah.
also good talent. You want people who are really good.
Yeah. You interviewed Robert Tedros, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was
There you go.
listening to that one.
Oh, we're connected.
There you go, see, there you go.
And I met him at a function, and that's
In a
how.
function, yeah. Yeah, because I interviewed Lisa Tay,
Yeah.
and then she knew Robert Tedros.
Yes.
And then I did some research, and then I came across Politics of Everything. And I was actually listening to your podcast with Robert Tedros, and I was doing some background research on him.
Excellent.
I wrote down the list of all the questions and answers, and then when I interviewed him, I used some of the content from yours.
Oh.
And then pushed it through. That was it. But
So
notice
what
how
we're hearing here is that you steal stuff from other people and it works exceptionally well.
Yeah.
So with a podcast, there always has to be a second person.
No, you can. It doesn't, but it doesn't. Like unless you're like, you don't that, or you'd have to have a co-host. Is my experience. So like, if you've listened to like Lee Sales and Annabelle Crabb on Chat 10 Looks 3, they bounce off each other. It's hard to do a podcast on your own, I think, unless you're like pretty famous. You know what I mean? Or it's.
Do you share your thoughts? Do you share any thoughts?
I do it in my intro usually, and sometimes the questions I'll share something about myself in the questions.
Yep.
I'm mindful that the podcast is really about the audience. It's not really about me. I'm just a conduit. So to have a podcast by yourself, I would think it would be hard to have the energy. And so, and whether people would listen to it,
And
that's
a bit
always
egotistical, yeah.
Well, I just thought I'm going to run out of things where you're sort of leaning on other people, you're pressing them.
So we're saying that if you've got content to share, a video is the better way to go, audio is not. Audio really needs to be a podcast. If you're going to share something, it's video.
Keep in mind, everyone's different. Some people are readers, some people like watching things, some people visual. Yeah, exactly. Some people visual, some people hear things as well. So I connected to you through audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I connect to other people through video, through articles. So it really depends on who your personality type, and it reaching out there. You want to just hit all different spectrums. Yeah.
Because some people only listen to podcasts when they're driving.
That's what I do. I do a bit, and also timing was important. So one thing for my podcast, always under 30 minutes, because I figure that's generally a drive in Sydney traffic.
Yeah.
Like an hour podcast, personally, I find quite decadent. I wouldn't necessarily. I think an hour is too long. We're all very time poor, and it means that if you don't finish it, you often won't go back to it. You know.
Yeah.
Just, well, I don't. I think about how I consume media, and that's probably what I based it on. I thought short is good, like. And
but how many have you done? How many podcasts have you done so
I've
far?
had a break for a while, so I did about 100 and something. I did one every week, and then once I had a few on the way, like I basically, like a batch, as well as I could do batch, I'd have a podcast a day, and I do back to back.
Yeah.
Because I'd be in the zone, so I'd like line someone up for every hour, but I'd have a half-hour buffer in case something happened with the technology. Or
So would you say your 100th podcast, is that better than your first podcast?
Absolutely.
There you go. See, that's the evolution that you have to go through. You have to go through the 100 crappy articles, 100 crappy videos, 100 crappy podcasts to get to that really good
10,000 hours or
10,000, yeah. But it's
it definitely
like,
got better.
Yeah, it gets better.
And I worked out how to bring out the best in the guests as well.
Exactly, yeah. You start learning all these little things about getting information out and everything, And you're still getting traffic for that first crappy podcast.
I've had like 100,000 downloads.
Yeah. But you haven't got anything from your Facebook post that you did?
No.
No.
But I don't use Facebook for work anyway.
Yeah.
That's good to hear that we're connected.
We're connected, yeah.
He steals from you.
I stole that stuff.
To read.
We all do a little bit.
So if that's good with questions, how about we take a couple of minutes to digest and go into, okay, what does all of this mean for me now? And just sit with it, because we've been given a lot of gold and now we've got to do the so what. Because to learn all of this stuff and go, yeah, great idea, and then on Monday morning go back to busyness isn't going to work. So take a couple of minutes to breathe into it, to look at it from your own perspective and say, be realistic. What am I going to start with? What do I need to do before getting going? And questions may come up as you go through that, and then we've still got the guru in the room to ask. Thank you so much, Khoa.
Thank you.